Hello there, fellow beings, and I know I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I was busy yesterday, so I'm gonna do it today. And as you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier update dropped yesterday, and maintenance finished today, at least in my time zone. So now there's a bunch of stuff going on for the update and all that, so I just want to talk about it now. Obviously, a couple things have been added. So first of all, there's the 3 new uniforms for Zemo, Winter Soldier, and Captain America. I'm going to get into that. There is a new Tier 3s for Falcon, Taskmaster, and then an Awakening for Yelena, which means Taskmaster, Falcon, and Yelena can all be used for World Boss Legend now, and will have Tier 3 advancements and potential transcendence. There's been some UI changes to, first of all, isolate set rolling. So if I wanted to roll the set on, say, Scarlet Spider, now, first of all, you can see what sets are most used on a character. So, I can see here that Power of Angry Hulk is the first most used set, then Hawkeye, then Overdrive. And it's also a little bit easier to see what the set bonuses do. And when you change a set, rather than rolling it for any 8 set or any 6 set, you can choose a specific set or any number of specific sets, and it'll stop if it lands on any of those. So if you want to do only the offense recommendation sets, you can just pick those 3, and it'll stop when it hits one of them. If you want to do specifically Power of Angry Hulk, you can just pick Power of Angry Hulk, and then it'll stop when it lands on that. So that's a cool new thing. I think there's also been an update with Uru amplification, where if you want to use the chain amplification functions, it'll it's changed the way it does the chain amplification. And there's also some changes to the guided quest and all that, so we're going to talk about all that in a second. So first of all, I want to talk about the uniforms. So we have here the Zemo uniform. Now, I heard somewhere that Zemo was supposed to get a Transcendence or a Tier 3 or something like that, but that has not come with the update, so I'm going to assume maybe he's going to be the mid-month? I don't know. So anyways, his new uniform effect, he's got some changed skills and 5% all attack, which is pretty pathetic, if I gotta be honest. Now, with the skills changed, his passive, the one that applies the bleed, has been increased, I think. And so now it's 30% chance when attacking, he deals 20% bleed. Then now he's got all of these skills. Now, what you can also see here is that the uniform UI has changed a bit with how you scroll through skills and effects, and you can see how also the skill UI has changed, where it shows you now, rather than, I think, does it still show you whether it does physical or energy damage? No, it does not. Okay, so now rather than telling you whether an attack does physical damage or energy damage, it tells you what the attack does. Like I can see on the one here, it says it has physical damage, guard break, and iframe. And you can just scroll that for like any skill for any character. So now starting with Zemo, you can see his first skill. It has a stun and some damage. Actually the 2 skill hasn't changed. The 3 skill has iframe ignore, which is nice. It's got penetration and frenzy and immunity, which is a very good skill actually. The 4th skill has paralysis and all defense down, and then the 5th skill has super armor and, again, all defense down. So, looking more friendly to PvP as of now. No accumulation, but he does have nice debuffs and frenzy and immunity and all that. I didn't see any healing on there either. That might be one of his other passes, I'm not sure. But looking kind of interesting. I don't know how viable he'll be for PvP right now because he doesn't have a Tier 3 or Transcendence as of yet. So that will remain to be seen. Now, next up, we have Winter Soldier. And oh boy, just look at this. Just no. God, please, no. Just no. What? Why? Why is this why? Why is this a thing? I honestly just feel like inserting the meme in here. I'm not going to, but like, just, no, God, please, no. Go back. Hey, look at this. Look at this beauty. This is a very well done model. Albeit a kind of bad uniform. And then this. Just, that is horrible. Now, let's try to get past the aesthetic portion of the uniform and look to the actual gameplay. So, he's got a new uniform bonus. He increases chain hit damage. Nice. His all-out assault now has, rather than giving him additional ignore defense, he now has ignore dodge and skill damage bonus damage, which is nice. Especially ignore dodge may make him more useful against null and stuff. He still keeps his super armor and mild HP increase, so that's useful. His 1 is just same damage. His 2 has a small damage increase, 10%, not too significant. His 3 is literally Silver Surfer's 3 skill. It has like accumulation and immunity, and it's got iframe, ignore, and counterattack. It looks like, just on paper, it looks very similar to the Silver Surfer 3 skill. It also said it has super guard break. I don't know what this means. I think it means something like Jean Grey's guard break effect that can like bypass guard break immunity, which is very, very OP. Fourth skill's got all defense down, nice, and some immunity. And then his 5th skill has some frenzy buff. It's got missing attack effect. And yeah, so seems kind of He's got some PvP and some PvE viability. He's got a couple iframes, guard breaking. He does have native super armor, so we're just gonna have to see with testing where you can go. Same kind of applies for the last character, Falcon. Look at this. This is just a picture perfect copy of his new and improved Captain America suit in the last episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So very well done to the artists for this one. I really like the aesthetic portion of this one more than the one for Bucky, which is just awful. And I think the uniform is actually probably going to be way better too if we just read it. So his uniform bonus, he's got some skill changes, and he's got a nice uniform buff. He's got chain hit damage, and he's got skill damage bonus damage, and a big buff too. So okay, just got a message. Dang. You wouldn't understand that. It's about something else. So with the skills, he's got a lot of skill changes. This defense increase tier 2 passive is just looking nice. He's got a big heal when he dodges. That'll come in handy later. A big damage increase and a cleanse. So that could be used for PvP or PvE. His survival training, there you go, 30% guaranteed dodge. That'll feed into the tier 2. Nice synergy there. He's got iframe on 1 and 2. His 3 has all defense down and a damage proc and invincibility. The 4 has more dodge rate, which is going to be helpful in, again, triggering the defense training passive, as well as having a penetration effect and fracture, which will be useful in PvE. And then his 5 has ignore dodge, a large buff, which could be useful for PvE or against like null. And it's got a nice frenzy bonus, which is very, very good. Now, I can't see the tier 3 for Captain America. Well, Falcon, Captain America. Now that's basically where his accumulation comes from. He has accumulation on his tier 3. So don't go panicking like, oh no, he's got no accumulation, he's not gonna be good. First of all, that's not always the case. And second of all, he does have accumulation. It's just not in his base kit, it's in his tier 3. So once you get him to tier 3 advancement, that tier 3 skill kind of becomes big. So now, aside from that, we also have a tier 3 for Taskmaster. If we look here, his tier 3 effect's pretty nice. He's got all defense down, cleanse, penetration on it. Seems kind of generic, but it also means that Taskmaster can now be used as support for World Boss Ultimate, which is just, oh, nice. Like, that's just good. Because Taskmaster is a great support as is. He's a good support for, with his tier 2 passive, he's a good support for Weapon Master allies. Hint, Moon Knight. But even if you don't use Weapon Master ally, with his uniform, he still gives a pretty nice damage bonus to non-Weapon Mastery allies, so it doesn't really matter who you pair him with. And we also have Yelena as a new awakened character, so that's going to be very interesting. She's not a support per se, at least not in her base kit. Now, her awakened skill has some nice effects. It seems like a pretty generic awakened skill. All these buffs and all that. I'm assuming Black Widow pops up in it. Actually, let's just see. I want to see. Does Black Widow show up in her awakened skill? She has to. Yep. She does. Okay, just wanted to check that. That's nice. I mean, I'm probably not going to do it immediately, but cool aesthetic effect. Now, I already kind of showed you the new changes to, like, ISO set rolling, where, like, ISO set you can already gone through this, you can pick specific sets and all that, and see which sets are most used. They've changed Uru amplification a bit, nothing too big to worry about. We've got some events running. At the moment, we've got a bonus mission for Falcon, for basically all the characters in the update. For Falcon, Taskmaster, and Yelena, the 3 who got tier 3s and Awakenings, and then for the 3 uniformed characters, for Zemo, Falcon, and Winter Soldier. Now, the 3 uniformed characters, their quests are for upgrading their uniforms to rare and legendary, according to this. And then for the characters with upgrades, it's like Potential Awakening and Transcendence for Yelena, and then tier 3s for Falcon and Taskmaster. So that's going to be, it's a very generic event. There is an event quest running as long as the event shop is live, but which just feeds a couple more event tokens for the event shop. Now, you can buy a Titan's Record Selector if you did all the missions. I didn't have the time to, so I couldn't. But there's still some other neat items in here. 4-star rank up tickets, 3-star rank up tickets. You've got Gear Forging Cores, Stream Obelisks, Sin tickets, energy, XP chips, all that jazz. Could be useful. We've got Event World Boss, which is nice. Free extra tier 2 materials. And free gold. There's a new Future Pass that's come in, which of course means new rewards, especially that rank up ticket and the 300 comic card tokens. The guide quest function has been added to the bottom here, which is, I guess, kind of neat. Everyone's gotten 5 days of shield specialist support, so I highly recommend you play this game during the next 5 days, because you get all of these bonuses. We've got increased slots in the inventory, co-op play bonus, rewards, world boss bonus rewards, danger room bonus rewards, additional biofarming from epic quests, better contribution rewards and dimension mission. We have refilling free entries in timeline battle. I'm gonna have to see how that works. Autoplay in Shadowland, autoplay plus in Shadowland, so they use skills as well. And additional character and uniform XP, which is just, wow, nice. I like it. There is also, of course, a uniform, like, sell event. We've got 3 new uniforms, Zemo, Falcon, and Winter Soldier, and a couple of other uniforms I think is, actually, it only shows the ones that I don't have, but as per this, the ones I can see, Bullseye, Cable, Miss Marvel, Nightcrawler, Storm, Valkyrie, Apocalypse, Red Skull, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man 2099, the 2 Endgame Thors, and Vision. Although it may be more than that. We also have, go back to the uniform. We have a new uniform collection for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier down here. It's just the 3 new uniforms, and you get gold to the reward. And of course, before we go, we need to spin Falcon around. No, before we go, can't go without talking about the new Tier 3 guided quest, because now I can't show you this, but now, if you finish all of the Tier 2 guided quests, the 10 ones that were allotted, do all of those. I do recommend doing Falcon now, because Falcon is good now. I mean, the downside is you don't get, they haven't updated the guided quest. You don't, like, the uniform option is not now the Falcon and the Winter Soldier uniform. It stays the same, which sucks, but I still do recommend building up Falcon, because he's good now. But of course, once you do all that, you have access to the Tier 3 guided quest, which essentially takes you from, it shows you the steps from getting a Tier 2 character. So essentially when you start it, when you pick the character, you automatically gain that character at Tier 2. And then it shows you how to build them up from Tier 2 level 60 to Tier 3 level 70. So now, there are a couple different options. They've kind of made it very interesting how they've done it, because there's like base options, and then you can buy a pack for crystals, which gives you more options. And I'm going to warn you right now, it's not a free Tier 3, kind of like how it's a free Tier 2 with the guided quest, because they give you pretty much all of the resources. They don't give you all of the resources. They only give you maybe like a tops a third of the resources, maybe half the resources required to get a full Tier 3. So if you want to buy the special ones are pretty good. They've got like Ghost Rider, Thor, Carnage, Venom, Hulk for the special options. Especially considering like those versus the base options, which is like Spider-Man, Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America, Vision. Like the purchased options for Crystal seems better, but just make sure you know what you're doing when you get into it. Now, of course, the base options do have some really good Tier 3s. You've got Vision is like top tier. I'm probably gonna do Vision, just FYI. Iron Man is still very good. Captain America is and the other two are very but it really depends. Now, there is another like special deluxe pack thingy, which is like, at that point you may as well just buy a Epic Quest deluxe pack because it's so many crystals. But it does seem interesting. I do like the idea of a Tier 3 guided quest, because the whole point of the guided quest was to kind of show new players how to progress with building a character from level 1 star to Tier 2 level 60. And I like that they're also going to show new players how to take a character from Tier 2 level 60 all the way up, if they have a Tier 3 advancement, to Tier 3 level 70. Now, of course, the issue with this is that there are also awakened characters and transcended characters. Just transcended characters, actually. And now, for Lucky, Netmarble will recognize this, and they'll also include a transcended character guided quest to show new players how to fully transcend a character, which is just gonna be nice at that point, because it's just like, thank you guys, I'll take a transcended character. But yeah, we'll have to see where they take it from here. But anyways, I guess there are some events that they have pointed out that I want to show you. Character ranking events and the event quest I've showed you. This thing is still going to show up in your event tab, because it technically only ends in 30 days. But if you've been logging in from the beginning, you've already finished this. The bonus mission is live. I believe that's part of the event quest bonus. That's part of that bonus mission tab. There is going to be a new 28 day special check-in event for this update, which is great, because that's another free CTP for everyone. So yes, I'll take it. And there's a bunch of events also scheduled. And now there's also a new news tab you can access here, so I'll show you that. Some nice UI changes. I really like this Falcon uniform model. I'm just not gonna lie. I kind of like the UI pose for Zemo too, because if you look here, if you go into his uniform, give it a minute. There you go. He starts dancing. That's just, I think that's kind of a nice touch Netmarble's added. I don't know if that's the exact moves he does in the show. It's somewhat similar. Yes, it's pretty similar. I suppose if you like turned it at an angle and stuff, it would look like that. But I think that's a nice touch. And in general, I think Netmarble's done pretty good with this update. Except this. This is horrible. Look at this face, and look at the face from the key art that we were promised. This face. Look at the difference in the two faces. It's just visible. This one is just visibly worse. Like, no, stop scrolling. The people deserve to see this. So, fix that, please, Netmarble. And until then, bye.